Yes, 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 yes. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's doing okay. So a lot of the social stocks we see, they're kind of setting up on a stage one. You know, I wouldn't go hard and heavy. I like to see, if you look close, that all the moving averages on Zillow are pointing down. This is a stage 4 decline. This is a downtrend. And you know, one thing I always say is don't buy, especially the first day. I mean, it's a pretty big drop. Whoa, hold on. Turn that off, Maestro. And yeah, so big drop. I think it's a little too soon yet. It is building a box. It's building a box. I put on my story, you know, I did that little course here a while back, getting started with stock charts the money flow way. I still get tons of questions about the box, understanding that what this means, this wide spread of the moving averages. Get that course, man. It's going to help you. Where we can go in depth on all of these little things. But this is a box. Everything is still pointing down. I use the histogram to let me know if the momentum, this is all I really care about when it comes to the MACD. Personally, I don't care about crossovers. That's what you see right there. Most of you probably have the lines if you're using MACD over it. You notice I don't have them. This is the TSI. This was written by a guy named Robert Bell, Bell. Long time ago. It's not on many platforms. I like it. It's very similar to the MACD histogram. What I'm most concerned with is this. And as you notice, this tick to this tick, and if you drew a line on it, it means it's going down. And what I'm looking for is it to start to tick up. And that tells me that the momentum to the downside is probably done, at least for now. But nothing is going to happen until these things come together. It's just the way it works. I mean, you saw it up here. It couldn't get going until they come together, and then you see the move up. So I don't know. I think there's plenty of time here on these on Zillow. Yeah, you might could nibble there. I don't know, man. It's not above the 5, so it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. This is going to be damaged goods for a while. Okay? It's just the way it works. When you get a big down move like that, it doesn't come back anytime soon. There's going to be a lot of hurt feelings. In this same, not the same genre, but if we look at Twitter, I like all these stocks. If you notice on Twitter, you had the big down move. Remember, I would tell you never to buy that. Never buy a big sell-off. If you're running in and buying them the day of the sell-off, I don't know, man. It's so stupid. It's hard to comprehend. It never works. It's always the wrong idea. You should never be buying a stock on the day that it collapses. Terrible idea. Because look, you just got it cheaper. And what you're wanting to happen is you need all of the steam to come out of the move. You need it all out. So in order for a stock to go up, you need all the sellers to stop selling. I mean, does that make sense? And so as they stop and buyers come in, you're going to get this phenomena where price starts to go sideways. I call it a box. Some people call it zones of accumulation. The fancy term for it is accumulation. On the bottom, it's accumulation. On the top, it's distribution. So while that's accumulation, this is distribution. And you really know you have distribution when it tries to go above and comes back in. That is very, very bearish. Just like on the downside, if it is doing a box like this and then it breaks the box, but then turns right around and comes back into the box, You'll hear me say that's super bullish. Well, same to the upside. When it tries to break out of the box and can't and comes back down, you're almost certain to have a down move, which is what we saw there. And so just in this one chart, you're seeing all of this. Look, there's the stage 1 bottom, right? Remember what I said, until these moving averages come together, nothing's going to happen. And look, they don't come together till about in there, and then we get our big move up. Same thing to the downside, same thing. So there you go. So as you see this box being built each day, look how these start to come together. That's how you know shit's ending, man. You can see the momentum to the downside is ending. Now, it's not moving. What we'd like to see, before I get too excited, I want to see this stochastic make its move. And you'll see when it makes its move from underneath is when it actually gets some move going. And we don't know how far. That's the thing. Nobody knows how far anything's going to go. So also along with Twitter, we got Pinterest. Now here's something important you need to think about. If all of the stocks of a sector are beat up, that's good. That means you're okay. That means it's okay that your stock went down if they all went down. That's good. You're in good company. What's bad is when all the others are doing well and yours is going down. And so if all the train stocks are doing good, but one train stock is doing terrible, that's usually something wrong with that business. And that may or may not be an opportunity. Could be a problem. Appreciate you, Marcos. So, anyway, somebody wants to talk real estate tonight. No bullshitting either. You own some real estate. You know about real estate. Hit me up. Let's talk real estate. I want to go live tonight. I don't know, 7 or 8, 9. We'll talk some real estate. Or if you think there's somebody I should talk to. Nobody's stupid either, okay? Don't make it stupid, people. You know what I mean by that. Like they're fucking weird. Don't hook me up with weird people, man. Let's see. Yeah, so we got Pinterest, Twitter, Snap, Facebook. So you see all of these. Now, who's leading the way? So we see here's Twitter, here's Pinterest. This is a stage 1 buy. Look. Oh my God, man. Look at this, man. Look how they come together. Look at it. You see it? Price drops. I'm telling you, man. What's up, Michael? I'm telling you, when I got this, it changed my life. And I was sitting at a blackjack table when I saw it, because the one thing I know is there is no certainty, and very few people know. Now, there's people that have intuitive ability in anything, whether it be football, golf. They can't explain what they do. Their body just does it. And you have that in all things, playwrights, musicians, even in trading. You're going to have people who can do things, they can feel the tape, they can make moves, and they have a hard time explaining it. What this did for me was it was as a way for me to explain it. And when that box formed, you see when that price went above the 5-day, it confirms this box. And now look what you're seeing. Everything is coming out like we were just talking about. And so my target is usually, where it was before. If I'm swing trading, or if it's buy and hold, this is where I want to add to my buy and hold right here. This is it. This tells me it's probably done going down. I've got confirmation that it's actually going in the direction that I'd like it to go. Now you say, well, you gave up 50 cents. I know. Confirmation requires you to give up. I mean, if you just wait on stage 2 breakouts, you're going to give up a lot, right? And so that's Pinterest. Now, who's the leader in this? That was Pinterest. What is Twitter? Look at Twitter. Still putting in a box, but Twitter's not as high, right? But it's putting in the box. They're all coming together. We're Snap. Now, these are all huge platforms, right? Look at Snap. Same thing, coming together. So Pinterest and Snap look better than Twitter. But I own a little bit of all of these. So, spreading a little money among all three is fine with me. Maybe I buy a couple shares of Twitter, a couple shares of Pinterest, a couple shares of Snap, man. And it's one good thing about platforms like M1 Finance. I kind of wish if I was starting over today, I'd probably master that platform because it allows you to buy partial shares, and that's awesome. And E-Trade doesn't do that, and that sucks. And I wish they would. I wish I could just throw $100 today at Amazon, but they don't do that, and so it makes it a giant pain in the ass. I wish they would. They got to figure that out. So I like these. I think it's too soon to call a bottom, but that's what bottoms look like, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's the bottom, but that's what bottoms look like, just like this. You saw it over here. It looked exactly the same. It sold off, went sideways, came above the 5, and then that started the run, okay? That's what all bottoms look like. And so you'll hear me say, well, I don't know if you can buy, quote, the bottom, but you can buy all the bottoms. Makes sense? You can sell all the tops. So that's a stage 1 buy. And so if I'm looking at, where did I have it? Here, that's what you're seeing. Big sell-off. Now we're going sideways. This is where your fundamental research and stuff comes in because, is this low? And if it's low, then at least you have that little bit of edge going for you that you're bidding on something that in theory you should be able to flip for higher. And I don't get too down in the weeds on fundamentals. Do I like the company? Can I understand the product? Do I understand how they report earnings? A hotel is per room, an airplane is per seat, right? Uber is per delivery. Can I understand how they make their money? That's what I'm trying. And if I can't, can I trust whoever's explaining it to me? And if it is, then it becomes easier. At least you can have conviction in it. Okay. Now something like Zillow, where Zillow made a major mistake. If Zillow would have killed it flipping houses, everybody would be like, "Oh, that's genius," but they missed. But here's what they do. They're a growth company, man. They take shots. And some of you are too young to remember Google fucking up or Microsoft being in the doghouse because it came out with a new product that no one liked. Microsoft has come out with all kinds of shit that didn't work. Google's done all kinds of things that didn't work. Facebook's done things that didn't work. Snapchat got smashed, went to $7 because they tried shit that didn't work. All great companies are going to go through shit that doesn't work. You're going to have situations where all of a sudden Coca-Cola tries to do a new formula. And what happened? The stock cratered by 50% in the 80s because they got rid of Coke with a new Coke. It was a horrific decision. Netflix tried this. They tried to increase their earnings and they were smashed and the stock dropped almost 50%. And in all of those situations, you have to ask yourself, is this just stupid incompetency or is this someone just trying something and it didn't work? And if they try something and it didn't work, good. I want companies to try things because sometimes they work. And when they work, we get rich. And when they don't, we take a hit. And that's why you have diversity. And what I've learned through that process is if you have a great company and they make a big mistake, often that is your opportunity and not a chance to get rid of it, right? Everyone would love to go back in time and buy Amazon, Facebook, Snapchat. Well, I think you're getting a chance to do that right now with Zillow, okay? They're going to try other things in the future too and mess up. That's how it works. That's called business. So keep that in mind, man. Let's see. That doesn't mean you go all in on that one thing and you're just all about that one. Don't do that. I watched so many of you guys do that with marijuana stocks and all your money was in marijuana stocks. And that's a terrible idea. You want to be diversified, right? I wouldn't give up on Zillow. Let's look at Hood. These are ones that I'm liking right now. If I had new money, this is where I'd be putting my money. I would be buying Hood. I think this is stupid cheap. I think these guys have problems. They have branding problems. I think people are going to keep using it. It's a very easy platform. I think they're going to come out with new products and new innovation. That's what they do. They make a shit ton of money, even if people are coming off the platform. That happens, right? And so I think they're fine. $35. Some people say it's still expensive. They make a lot of money. We'll see. Let's see. I like Hood here. This is a stage 1. Tried to run, it's pulled back a little. It's still holding this stage 1. I'm going to nibble on all of these stage 1s. Okay, I'm going to give this time. Time times amount times yield. Money's everywhere, except if you do not train your mind to see it and also to accept more income, your eyes will fool you. That is how the poor remain poor, as they see the world as they are, not as the world actually is. What the money people do is they train themselves to see money as separate from their own labor. That is why they get other people to work for them. So they earn off the energy of other people. So simple, and yet most can't see that far. So one thing that stocks allow us to do is to leverage ourselves into other people. Other people's talent, time, treasure. Like, I can't invent Twitter. I don't know how to fucking code, okay? But I can invest alongside people who do. And you know, I can't run a gambling operation, but I could own DraftKings, right? DraftKings is going down. A lot of competition here, man. You know, I like the company, but we're in a stage 4 decline. I would not be buying DraftKings here. I'm not ready to give up on the franchise. I like the idea, and I would like to be an accumulator of shares and not necessarily, you know. But stage 4 decline, man. Stage 4 decline. That's from I've been working on this book called Money is Everywhere for a while. I need to somehow get it out. People who make the most money realize that a working day evaporates and time is gone. So by 6 p.m., let's say, people start to get sluggish, and maybe even by 7, they're done for the day. So when we say time evaporates, we mean that there isn't enough hours in the day or even in the month for people to become rich. So what the money people do is they leverage things such as manufacturing, machines, businesses, people, real estate, land, stocks, which allow them to multiply themselves through other energies, other people's energy, which gives them unlimited time to earn money. And so they switch from a 40-hour work week to a 10,000-hour work week. Where normal people look to be employed, the money people look to employ their time, money, energy, and talent into things. Pretty good, huh? What that does give the money getters is an unlimited amount of earning stock. This, let's see. Can't even read my own handwriting. Point is, it allows us to leverage ourselves into these other activities. Let's see. What else was I looking at today? So too soon on DraftKings. This is a no. Roku is a no. Not right now. Now, it is putting in a box, and that is a reversal candle. So this could be the very bottom of Roku. And I'm going to remove my no because of that beautiful reversal candle is literally, look at this, where it stopped before. To the penny, to the fucking penny. Look at this. This is crazy. That's where the bottom was before. And it ran up, and that's where we are now. And it's a reversal candle. I don't know if that means it's going to reverse. That's what it looks like when it does. Okay? So these patterns repeat themselves, and that's the beautiful thing about the money flow. It's just a fractal pattern. Appreciate you, bro. It's just a fractal pattern. And that's what we see here, a fractal pattern. That is, if you do candlesticks, you know that's a reversal candle right there. You know that. That's called a doji. And it's the same if you do bars like I do. They're the same. It's a Jesus cross. I usually jokingly, lovingly refer to it, is because that's our point of salvation. That's where it tends to turn. And whenever you see these little things, you'll see these little pops usually. You'll get them at tops and bottoms. You can see there's one. So anyway, they're not foolproof, but they are proof. So I'd be willing to nibble at Roku here. CHGG is an absolute no-go. Do not touch this stock. There's no way. You can't touch it here. This has been a total disaster. It's still going straight down. Do not touch that stock. It's got to stop. This is like bankruptcy down. This is crazy. If you're in this, I would dig into this stock and make sure that they're okay. Let's see. Peloton's been a no. I still wouldn't touch Peloton. This is dead money. I would not buy this at all. I would just wait. This is way too soon. Way too soon. You got 3 candles. Even on the 4th, I just think it's dead money. It's not going anywhere. I mean, if you're patient and you got plenty of time and you don't mind waiting, sure. What am I trimming today? I'm going to take some gains in EGAN. Hit previous high on a 70 RSI. I was already in this, so I'm going to take some off the table. Matter of fact, I should do that right now before I forget. You could trim lift here. I wouldn't. You could. You see where it's hitting, right? Right at previous high. RSI extreme. If you got in this on the swing trade, you could. I'm not trimming here, man. I'm ready. I want $62. I'm going to be a little greedy on this one. On Z, you could nibble. I would keep it tiny. I would keep it tiny on Z. Facebook is the strongest social platform right now. It's the only one above the 20-day moving average. Twitter is not. Pinterest is not. Snapchat is not. They're all stage 1s. Facebook's trying to push into a stage 2. 380 target. I like Facebook of all of the social media platforms. Pins and Snap are a buy. They're stage 1 buys, though. Facebook looks the strongest. You could trend EGAN here. You could trend Lyft, but I'm not trimming Lyft. If you're in CLSK, that's one I've been trimming. And I've been trimming SOXL, the semiconductor trade. I'd already trimmed coin. Looks like it's coming back. Yeah, look at coin coming back, dude. That's beautiful. That's so bullish. So I was shocked that it was down. I mean, to be honest, I was shocked that was down. So what do I like? I made my position size in Taco a lot bigger. I like Taco. Del Taco. Penny stock, got 400 and something locations. This is an easy 950. In my opinion, easy 1050. This goes higher. So I like Del Taco. It's undervalued probably by about 30%. Going into a stage 2, I like it. A high risk play I like here, Wish. It's trying to push back up. Could easily run to 750. $7. I like Wish. I like Wish. Do we need to look at NIO? Really? It's going up, bro. It's going up. Everything's pointing up. So I wouldn't worry about that. All the solo plays, all the EV cars have been creeping up. Not some of the penny versions, though. Zynga, one of my favorite trades right now. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful thing. So we started buying over here is where I put out this one that I was buying Zynga. This is undervalued. All of this in here is undervalued. And then it fell. I'm not selling. I'll wait. It came as expected, right back in the box. That is crazy bullish. Easy, 875, 880 target. Easy. Okay? That's easy. And that's still undervalued. So we're probably going even higher. But market sentiment's got to be there. There's got to be the wind behind the market. If the S&P gets crushed, if Dow gets crushed, that's just not going to happen. So if we check in on the Qs, So here's our best case scenario, is this just holds in place and we slowly work off this. This is what you want to see. This is how you know a stage 3. Sometimes when I start teaching the money flow, people assume stage 3 means, well, stage 4. That's not what it means. It can work this off in time. Meaning as long as it keeps going sideways, every day that it goes sideways and doesn't go anywhere, every day there's a little sideways action, this RSI will come down, 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 down. And when it hits 50, if price hasn't fallen, that tells you it's probably going to go higher. It's probably turning into a stage 1, and then it's going to keep going higher. We saw that with Bitcoin. Stages don't last that long. So let's look at Bitcoin. You'll see what I mean. As Bitcoin went sideways, 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 if you notice, price is not dropping. And yet the indicators are dropping. See that? So what do we have? We have divergence. And all that was happening is it's working off that RSI. And so if you have price basically staying in the box while the RSI is coming down, that tells you this is probably turning into a stage 1 and going to rip higher. And so what does that tell me is I don't really want to trim this. You know, if I trimmed any, it would have been right in there, and then I would have just waited and waited. Actually, I'm waiting for a breakout, and that's what's happened. So this is a brand new leg higher. So if we can go back and look, there was a breakout, right? And you see how far we moved. So Bitcoin could go another 20, 30% from here. I mean, like that. Look, here's the last run up. Here's the one before that. So these run ups, you know, can last a minute. So if we get any sort of similar run up, that's what it's going to do. You know, I've gone back and counted all of these and then just came up with a basic division of how far it tends to run when it runs. It's pretty interesting, man. Pretty interesting. All right, dividend stocks. These have just been so boring, I haven't talked about them much, but that's where all the money's been coming from. I like IP. I'm in this. It's below the 200. So I don't get interested in dividend stocks until they go below the 200-day usually. So a stage 1 in one of my buy and holds below the 200. Now I'm super interested. So this is where I'd be looking to add. This is exactly where you should be looking to add. So in a buy and hold account, you know, let's say I move over a couple $100. Maybe I buy a share of this. I buy a share of that. I buy a share of this. You know, if you're using M1 Finance, you can distribute money equally. I mean, when you're first building this, sometimes when I talk, they're first building a portfolio, the way I like to start is I start buying shit that I think is cheap. Now that's going to be hard for you because you don't really know what's cheap. You don't really have anything to compare that to. And so a very easy strategy to get going on is dogs of the Dow. It's 10 stocks, get you in the business. They're in different sectors. You're going to start reading and learning, and then you'll figure out what people mean by cheap or not cheap. That's a confusing concept. You know, because all this measures, you know, sometimes people say, well, the RSI is below 30, that means it's cheap. That's not what it means. It means that the price movement over the last 14 days was too fast. That's all that means. Meaning markets don't go straight down and straight up. And so what this is telling you is they've gone based on the normal 14-day average, which if you look over here, right, 14 days would be 14 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If you notice that, they're all sideways. So what happens to the RSI? Nothing. It just goes sideways because price is not velocitating. It's not moving. Then look what all of a sudden, in a very short period of time, price goes from here to here. What happens? RSI goes extreme. Why? Because that's an extreme price movement. This has been the norm. Now this is extreme. And it's based on 14 days. That's all this is doing. This is not a value calculation on the business. All this means, this velocity of price over the last 14 days or 2 weeks, has it moved aggressively or non-aggressively? The moment it goes aggressive to the downside, that will go extreme. If it goes aggressive to the upside, it'll go green. And we know in those zones is where bottoms come from, and that's where tops come from. But it may not be the bottom or the top. Bam. Man. I just broke down the RSI for you. That should be a rap song. Come on, man. All these rappers, you guys need to be rapping about RSI, trying to help some people out, man. Stop bragging. Let's see. Where's MO? How come there ain't no stock rappers? Maybe I need to be a stock rapper. You got scam rappers, right? Like Bamo, whatever his name is from YouTube. Let's see. How come we ain't got no stock rappers? I think I'm going to be a stock rapper. I'm so confused. Does the RSI go down when it moves sideways or when extreme movement? Extreme movement, man. It's measuring 14 days of price action. So if price doesn't go anywhere, the RSI doesn't go anywhere. But if all of a sudden price rips, well, that's unfucking average. That's not normal. And so that makes it go to an extreme. Then when it gets to extremes, it stops. Notice, extreme, stopped. Extreme, stopped. It wasn't the bottom, because look, it went up and then it came back down. It could go up and come back down. This does not tell you value of the company. This does not mean it's overbought. And here's the thing, they use that term, overbought, oversold. All that means is there were more sellers than buyers. There's more buyers than sellers. This is why it went up. So look, it went extreme, and what happened? It put in a box. Now go buy my course, bro. Don't be bullshitting. You're on here wasting your fucking time if you don't. Now, you asked that question about the RSI. You need to fix that shit today. So tomorrow when you wake up, you know what the fuck this is and what it's for. No more excuses. So you don't get to wake up tomorrow and say, I don't know. I just told you. Now go get the course and fucking learn it. And you'll never have this problem again. Ever. You'll always know when to sell a stock and when to add to a stock. I just solved one of the biggest fucking problems you're going to have in stocks just now. So stop being greedy and go get it. There, I just helped about 30,000 people. Now your kids can go to college. And you'll be like, well, that's because I met Gerald one day and he showed me the RSI. And now you get to go to college, Johnny. There you go. So that's how it works. What's up with MO? This is a buy. It's underneath the 200. It's building a box. We got a couple levels it could run to. I would dig into Morningstar. I've really been liking, I'm going to calm down. I've really been liking Wall Street or simply wallstreet.st. I've been digging this site, man. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. I wish they had a referral link or something, but they don't. It's pretty cool, man. I put my whole portfolio into there, and you get all this news, and it compares it to shit, and you can see what it's done over the last year. It's kind of cool, man. IP, only a 3% dividend? Only? Doctor, you're not doing any work, and you're bitching about 3%. Why are you so greedy, man? 3%, you're not doing anything. Also, 3% is sustainable, meaning they can always pay it. So if a company pays a 6, 7, 8% dividend yield, the chances of that company going higher in price are very, very slim because every quarter all the value comes out. You understand that? When they pay you a dividend, they're literally sucking the money out of the company and distributing it to you. So now they don't have the money. They don't have it on their balance sheet. They have now literally lost value by paying you a dividend. The company went down in value when they paid you. That's why you'll see the price drops. And now they don't have money to pay employees or to invest in, to invent things or to do so they're just sucking all the money out of their company and giving it to you. And then we bitch how small it is. So keep that in mind. Because now here's and I'm just playing with you, bro. But I get a lot of younger people, and they're like, "Well, I want to buy AT&T." That's cool, but it's not going up. You understand that, right? Meaning the price is not going to rise. So a lot of times you'll see this same phenomena in real estate. Real estate with the highest cash flow is the most dangerous real estate in the sense that it's typically near the ghetto. It's typically more hands-on. It's typically older properties. It's more involved. If you want to get Class A property with high income earners that make your payments and you ain't got to chase them for rent, guess what? You're going to get like 3%. So the more guaranteed the money, the lower the return. That's how it always works. So if you want to make big money in real estate, you got to have your hands on it. And that's how you get into the, like I have houses that pay me 20, 25%. People are, how's that possible? Well, I repaired it, I manage it, I do all the stuff. And so the return is much higher than if you just bought something. Now, my new acquisition, I'm going to have a property manager. Right off the top, I'm going to lose 20%. But I'm hoping to offset that with higher rents. So we'll see. Hey, be careful. My profile got, yeah, Instagram's gotten weird, man. You pick on people and they like block, they get mad at you, man. What's going on, man? Come on, man. Bring back dodgeball. Kids need to get smacked. Let's see. Aristal Investments wraps. Okay, if someone says they got a stock. If you have a stock wrapper, please send me the link. I'd like to check it out. I would like to check it out. Oh, dude, I used to get smashed in volleyball. I was kind of a little kid in 6th grade, man. I used to get smashed in, not volleyball, but dodgeball. I miss it. The course. Just hit my bio link, bro. It'll take you to it. Yeah, I think I was getting shadow blocked for a minute, dude. My posts have been low. I got people who say they don't get notified when I come on. They just trying to hold me down, man. You don't need more work. What you need is more leverage. You needn't quit the work you already have. What you need to do is add more time to how you collect money. All you need is something else which can make you more income. Did Donald Trump stop real estate? No. Did Michael Jordan stop selling sneakers? No. The little guy stops at 6, goes home, unplugs his earning capacity. The little guy earns from his own 40 to 50 hours a week, while many people earn from thousands and thousands of hours a week. And that's something for you to think about. It's a change of thought that, how can I make money when I'm not working? You know, is that possible? And it is. It just takes a while. It takes a shift in your mind too to begin to see things a little different. And hey, I'm not persuading, if you're young and you dig dividend stocks, don't let me persuade you from that. I just want you to understand it's not going to go up like Beyond Meat or fucking, it's not going to do that. So and I want to show you an example. Here's one that I own a bunch of. You know, I collect $100 and something a month on this. That's kind of like a rent house, right? Well, if we go to the monthly, this is AG&C. I want you to see something. It's $16, right? If we go all the way back to 2011, almost 10 years ago, it's $8. So, you know, it goes up and down, but that's not much. There's stocks that can do that in a week, right? You know that. So you got to make sure your expectations are in line. But what I would say is it is a good idea to start building out that buy and hold portfolio, even if you use something as simple as M1 Finance and you just drop money in it and that's just a little account over there you don't worry about. Let that shit grow. And when you get these opportunities, these crashes, these things that'll come your way, I promise you can, you know, just throw money in and build it up. I mean, that's something to keep in mind, man. But most of the time people don't have money on you know, to do all of the things they're wanting to do. Hey, I'm one of them, dude. I've got to figure out what I'm going to sell because I put in a cash offer and I'm about 50 to 60,000 short. That's called obligating your way to success. It's like, fuck it, I ain't even got the money, but here you go. I'll take it for this. I don't want to borrow it either. I just borrowed 400, so I don't want to borrow it. So I got to sell something. Yeah, EGAN's moving. That's on the sell list today. I'm going to trim this today. Yeah, good problems to have. I agree with you. And you have to get past your mind. Let's say you've had a great year in the stock market. You should pull some out. So like my accounts are at all-time highs. If you don't do that in the next correction, all of your money's going down. You understand that? So one way to play that isn't to try to stress about trying to keep the highest balance. You're not going to keep the highest balance. You're going to keep the last balance, okay? It's going to go up and down. But when you hit big numbers, pull some out and go buy something, especially if you could buy real estate. And then guess what? The next day, the deal's done. Go back to putting money in your account again. I mean, that's how I've done it for all this time. I've bought cars. I've bought all kinds of stuff out of my trading account. And then it makes me trade better because I'm pissed because I have less money in there. Now I'm like, I got to focus. Yeah, let's see. I was trying to do the OnlyFans thing, man. I just didn't have many people interested. I'm still holding solo. I hate it. It's not moving. All the penny stocks still cannot get any. I'm convinced that crypto has sucked all the energy out of penny stocks. All the kids that used to play penny stocks now play crypto. That's just the way it is. There's only so much money on the planet Earth in any given day. And if we go look right now at the penny stocks, or let's see, at crypto, they're running. Look at Ethereum, straight up. All the cryptos are running up. I really believe that a lot of the money that was in gold, and but gold's on the move today, and a lot of these penny stocks, I really believe, because I know you guys, I know a lot of people personally, and they've moved money to crypto. And I think that's where a lot of the penny stock money went, man. Let's see. Now, I'm not saying that won't change back. The restaurants I'm eating at in Colombia right now accept Bitcoin and ETH. How bizarre. Don't give them your Bitcoin, Brittany. Don't give them your Bitcoin. Don't let them have it. Shit, I thought about borrowing against my Bitcoin to come up with this deficit that I have, but I just can't bring myself to leverage it, man. I feel like it's too precious. There's too little of it. I can't put any. I don't want anybody to have claim to it. I don't want any of that. I want all the Bitcoin in the world. Give me all the fucking Bitcoins. I don't want to leverage it or borrow it. I just want them. So, have I seen PayPal? Nah, man. What is that stock? Is that a new ticker? Let's see. PYPL. Yep. Too soon on PayPal, bro. Too soon. Way too soon. Do not touch this stock. Look how far away these things are. This is dead money for a while. I'm in it. I think it's an opportunity. I was yelling at people last night. Oh, you guys complaining about PayPal? It's because there's something wrong in your brain. You're letting the momentary of a small dip in your account, which, by the way, hasn't affected your lunch or anything you have going on in life. Like, I highly doubt PayPal dropping affected your life in any way. You're still going to watch cable. This is an opportunity right here, okay? And if you don't see that, maybe this isn't for you, okay? Maybe this isn't for you. Maybe buying foreclosures in your eyes is a dumb idea. Maybe buying cheap homes is a dumb idea. Only in stocks do people look at it this way. Because when I owned, in the 2008 crash happened, I owned 7 rental properties. Now, my value of my homes came down. It never occurred to me to sell them. Never. That never even popped in my mind. What popped in my mind is, how do I buy some of these foreclosures? Now, when we come to stocks, first thing in people's mind, how do I get out of this? Not everyone, a lot of people. And so one of my goals on earth is to try to save you from that. Right? The money being made today in Bitcoin is from people who bought it for $29,000. You understand that, right? So all the money being made today is from people who bought it over here at 42 and then back over here when I was screaming at people to buy it at 29. That's when the money was made, right? Not buying it up here. So the money to be made in PayPal is your opportunity setting up right now. And let's say you can't afford a full share, man. Use Cash App. Let's see, space. Use Cash App. Woohoo! Stage 2 breakout in space. Nice. I'm in a full position. I was in a full position up here, and I elected not to add to it down here. And it was just going to get too big. The position was getting too big. At some point, you gotta say I got enough. And don't feel like you're obligated. You don't have to do anything. Sometimes I think people feel like I have to add to this because I'm down. No, you don't. No, you don't. It'll get back to where it was, and then it'll go higher. You're not obligated. There may be better options. But I do love space here. That's beautiful. And if I wasn't in it, what a great place to get in it. And where was our spot? Right in here, right? Right in there. Everything came together. This is what I've been saying. So when you look at Zillow and you look at all these stocks that are all broken, look, until that comes together, nothing is going to happen in that stock. Nothing. They have to come together, and that's what you're seeing happening here. Same in Zillow, same in all of them. Yeah, I like space. I may be a little partial to this stock, though. I've started kind of wondering that. It's such a weird company. There are no customers. There's maybe 4,000 people on planet Earth that could afford to go, I think I'll spend $250,000 to go up in space for 10 minutes. Like nobody, who's doing that? There's maybe 4,000 customers on all of Earth. But it's still very cool and very interesting. Let's see. You copped PayPal at 220 yesterday. Yeah, you were a little early, man. Now, I'm not mad at you, but you're a little early. Little early. Let this build out. Little early. You want at least 4 days sideways. Are we still looking for Bitcoin mining machine? Let's see. I'm just scanning YouTube here. If anybody had anything intelligent to say. I don't. I'm a loser today. I'm a loser. Finishing up a house. That's why I haven't posted much content. It's kind of boring. Painting. You can only talk so much about painting before it's like, all right, this is dumb. Biotechs suck right now. Penny stocks, biotechs, they all suck. How about STEM? I'm in since December. Yeah, this is a shitty stock too. Let's see. All these penny stocks just suck right now. Unfortunate. Well, that one looks a little better. Yep. You're just in a big zone of accumulation here though, man. $36 target. $36 target. And I bet you go look, that's probably the true value of the company is about $36. If you don't have a crypto wallet and you're staking coins, you should sell while it's hot. Why would you sell, bro? Angie asks, will I be selling the market pullback or just sitting on cash to mitigate? Good question. Constantly ask myself that. So if we look at the cues, I see no reason to try to get short here. I know a few people who've already gotten short. I don't know, man. It's just, for me to get short, it's got to do this. It's got to go below. It's got to look negative. It's hard for me to believe. Here's the problem. Okay, so you go to cash, and now when you go cash, that means you're long the dollar. Okay. Into an inflationary environment. So we're just going to sit on cash, and I don't see people sitting in cash very long. I'm pretty convinced we're going to have hyperinflation, meaning assets that appreciate, assets that produce cash flow, business values, land values, real estate values are about to go through the roof. All these guys waiting on a real estate correction, you're not going to get it. You're going to be buying houses 20 and 30% higher than they were today. And then you'll be like, man, this is really high. I know. And it's going to go higher. I'm pretty convinced of that. Roman says, a little off topic, but buying a home, is there a way to get a loan like FHA without 2-year consistent income? Yes. We can look at the SQ, bro, but here's the problem. You're not in the money flow. You're in the prediction game. You think you're fucking smart. You think you know where the market's going. That's why you're short. You don't. So now you're playing the short game. The problem with that is the market's still going up, man. So if you get short when it's long, now you're long when you're short. So it's like being on vacation and thinking about work, and you're at work and you're thinking about vacation. What side of the trade are you on? So if I go short during longs, now I don't have a system at all. I'm just all fucked up. Now, it's an age thing. You can't help it. I know. I did it too. Eventually, you'll get tired of that, trying to short a bull market. And see, when you have smaller money, this shit makes sense to you. But if I got $1 billion, do I want to put that in cash so that I'm losing hundreds of thousands a day to inflation every fucking day? Just money being... No. They got to have money at work. So everyone's going to go to cash and then what? Just let it be eaten by inflation? No. So any correction is going to be tiny, man. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. It's still too early for Z. If you're already short, you better have a stop, because if the market gets going, what are you going to do? Ride it to zero? Like, just be careful, man. I'd rather have cash. Because if you're looking at SQ, you've already decided the market's got to go down, and you left off sideways. Market can do one of three directions: up, down, or sideways. And if we just go sideways, I don't know, man. You might be right though. I don't know. I just don't guess anymore. I can just flip a coin. Short. I mean, let's see. Still too early for Z. Yes. Let's see. Buffett's sitting on 150 billion. What's he planning? He just has money. I mean, his fund is massive. Your buddy yeah, he's Michael Burry. Yeah, Michael. That guy's a genius, right? He's the big short. He shorted the housing crisis. And then he's like, I'm going to short Tesla. And that worked out well. What else did he short? It was bonds. He went short bonds when I went long bonds. He's right today, but this is where we took down the bonds, right? Hit our target. So, I don't know, man. That's all guessing. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, I know why he's sitting on that much cash. He just can't find any undervalued assets to put it in, man. Anyway, guy asked about indicators. Go to the newsletter. You can see the indicators. That's it, man. That's it. That's all I got. I wouldn't get too worried about a pullback here. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising. The market's a little overheated, but a lot of these stocks have already corrected. What are we going to... There's no correction needed in Facebook. No correction needed in Twitter. No correction needed in Pins or Hood or DraftKings or Peloton or Roku or Open. Like, there's a lot of stocks that have already corrected, Let's see, real quick. What does the stage 4 look like as it develops? Right here. So in Open, I started taking this down. You notice everything's rolled over and turned. So now everything is pointing down. Down, 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 down. And the momentum's to the downside. So you would absolutely not be looking at buying this. This is a stock that's now rolled over and has gone into the stage 4 decline. How far does it go? No idea. Yeah, so all of there's so many stocks that have already corrected that a big market correction, it's possible. It just, So it also makes me, like, I watch, I'm sure like you guys, I watch a lot of financial news. And you'll see these like, the market's too high. And it's like, what fucking market are you watching? Because the only thing that I see too high is like Apple. Yeah, okay. Google. These stocks maybe are too high. Right? Those stocks have gone up. But there's plenty of stocks that are down big time. So it's just the top 10 stocks. Nvidia, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Apple. Yeah, those are probably too high. Yeah, I can see that. But there's plenty of stocks that are fucking cheap, man, that have gotten smashed. Look at Prague. So Prague, what do we see here? Stage 3, right? Stage 3. Price is moving sideways. Is it going to sell off? I don't know. The more this goes sideways, the more likely this could break out and run into another leg higher. And look where it stopped. Exactly where it stopped before. Crazy, right? Crazy. And look at this breakout. So if you're just a momentum trader, you want to trade breakouts. There's your breakout, right? Price dripped. Where's our targets? Previous high. Blew through that one. And once it goes through that one, we assume it goes to the next one. And then what? Now we're in a stage 3. So as you're looking at the thing, we're right here. The longer this plays out and doesn't drop and those indicators come down but price doesn't, is telling you that it's probably turned into an accumulation phase and not a distribution phase. I hope that helps, man. I hope that doesn't confuse you. If it does, jump in there on my course. If you're new to charts, man, get on this. I promise you it'll help you. Promise you that. Matter of fact, a lot of it you'll be like, damn, dude, move on. I get it. But 12 videos, 50 pages, ebook. It's not, I don't have it in physical. This is all ebook shit. And we'll start. In this one, I get asked this. I've been asked this a whole bunch this week, so that's why I'm bringing it up. And they say, what's the difference between that and the money flow? Well, the money flow assumes you understand what a moving average is. It assumes you understand what an indicator is. It assumes you understand how to set up a stock chart. And what I found is some people buying the book have never even seen a chart at all. They really don't know what I'm talking about. This is going to assume that you're a complete dipshit. And it's going to be like, all right, here is a bar. Here is a thing. Here's a moving average. Here's where we click it to put it on there. And so most of these are all the same, right? Most of these things are all the same. And so I come over here and show you, okay, click this, uncheck that, put this here. Because look, if you start clicking these, it changes the chart. And some of you guys have ridiculous looking charts. Like you have all kinds of dumb shit on there. Here, watch. I'm going to put all this shit on here they try to give you. Now look at it. What is this? This is fucking chaos. And this is what I see people send me these charts. And I'm like, what is all this, man? Take all that shit off your chart. And we want to get it clean. You know, you want the chart as clean as possible. I don't want a bunch of that stuff on there. So get that, and I'm going to take you through, and then I'm following the outline of the money flow book. So I go into a stage 2 breakout, price ripping above this green line. We talk about how to plot the green line. Then we go to why these are dashed. What does that mean with price moving above it? Where we could use, if we want to use stop losses, where to put those. Now you're going to see me in there too, teaching some shit I don't do. I don't do that. I don't use stop losses. I don't need to. Might be a good idea for you to use them though. Some people can't stomach a 20-30% drawdown. That freaks them out. Doesn't bother me at all. I've been through so many of them, it just doesn't rattle me because I'm constantly putting in money, constantly have something working, and I take money from the ones that work and I put it in the ones that didn't work. And that's worked well for me. I don't know what to say. Like I'm that's worked, right? And so the shit I teach is, I'm not even saying it's the best. I'm just showing you what I personally do. So like I'm buying a beach house. It's not the world's fanciest. It's not on the 11th floor, the whole goddamn thing. It's small, 800 square feet, but I'm paying cash. And I got that money from real estate and stock trading. I mean, that's where the money comes from. And so all this shit you see me teaching, I'm sure there's better ways. I'm just showing you what I personally do. This is how I do it every day. And it's worked for me. And, you know, everything you do, like whenever I do a thing on a house, somebody will be like, no, you're using the wrong tool. Or if you did this, or if you did that, it's like, I know, bro, but I don't do this for a living. Like, I do all of this for a living. I don't just do one thing for a living. So I don't sit here and watch the computer on a 5-minute chart waiting for breakouts. I'm not a day trader. That's not what I'm doing. So while this is happening, this breakout, I can put in my order. And look, 1, 2, these are days. 1 day, 2 day, 3, there's a week. 1 day, 2, 3, there's another week. What am I doing here? Nothing. I'm off painting a house. And this shit is going up. And then when it gets over here, I can look at my pattern. Where's it at? And I can go, okay, what should I be doing here? But when I look at that, I'm looking at it from the total portfolio. And also, you know, the size of my position. Would I be better served taking this money from here and rolling it into something that's a new breakout, right? And so I'm constantly looking at it. And that's mostly I do at night and evening. I'm not making that call on the fly. Like, you know, like I'm usually sitting around after the market's closed. I don't make a lot of decisions like that with the market open. I never do. I never just random. I shouldn't say never. I've tried to break myself of making decisions when the market is open, split-second decisions. So like I've been talking about, I've been trimming these. I've been trimming this slowly as it goes higher. Right? It's not a spur of the moment thing. We're watching the chart play out. I'm trimming Gush. But now I've stopped trimming it because it looks like to me it may be ready to set to break out and run to another run. So shit, now I'm done trimming. As the days wear on, I might be looking at putting some more money back in this if it breaks out. We just need that RSI to pull down, right? U.S. internet sucks. Can I pay? So happy. Thanks for all this. All right, man. You guys be good. I'm babbling on and on and on. All right. Appreciate you guys. If I can do anything to help, let me know. I think I only yelled at one person, so I feel pretty good about myself today. I kept it pretty positive. I didn't get upset. I think I got upset once. That was it. That's a record. I want to talk some real estate tonight. I was going to go live. I put a DM out to a couple real estate folks. If you're one of them and would like to talk some real estate tonight, maybe come on. I can explain my beach deal to you. You can tell me, why are you buying a beach house? That's kind of dumb. I can say I know, but I always wanted one. We could talk a little real estate. Appreciate you guys. Be good.